What's going on, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the No Matter What. My name is Sina. I am your host.
My name's Rafa. I'm the co-host.
My name's Kayla, and I'm the guest for the day.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
So, Kayla, how's your day been so far?
Today's been good. I ran a group today.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good. Got to chop it up. You know, how's your guys' day?
My day has been my day.
Yeah.
Just another day.
Another day in paradise.
Yes. As I
Um,
like to say.
So, we bring speakers on this podcast that have been into treatments that are currently in their active recovery. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. I came out here maybe 5, 6 years ago, for treatment. Been in and out of treatments. Uh, and this time I really wanted it for myself, and I never really gave the steps a chance. Um, and that's that. Yeah, never really gave the steps a chance until coming out here and exploring, different gods, right?
Yeah.
And coming out here to the West Coast saved my life.
Got you. So when you first came out here and you went to your first treatment center, what feelings, what emotions came up when you entered that facility?
So my first treatment center, I was 18, and I got court ordered. 19. I was 19,
Got it.
and I got court ordered. Um, I did not want to be there. I did not think. I believed I wasn't like them. I did not have a problem. I just got caught, you know, and I was nothing like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So like you had that closed mindedness, right?
Very much so. I am not the homeless guy with the brown paper bag on the side of the road.
I wasn't that person that I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
So before coming to treatment, what was your initial thought about treatment?
I had none. I didn't know it existed. I was a basketball player. I didn't play. Drugs. I didn't know anything about this world. Truly, my parents are. I've never seen them drink a sip of alcohol in my life. I had no idea about this world.
So you never even knew about the recovery world.
Never.
So your introduction to treatment was through
Court.
court order.
Court ordered.
Me too.
And what it did do, looking back, is it planted the seed for me. Looking back on hindsight, it did do something.
So how many treatment facilities have you been to?
At least over 40. Over. I went to one WTC 13 times in one summer.
Just so the audience could hear this. You said 40.
I said 40 and maybe even more.
And 13 in one summer.
That is correct.
Wow.
Damn.
Mhm.
Damn.
And I thought the 17 was, yeah. So it took what it took for you to get here.
It took what it took, but I always heard keep coming back no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And that stuck with me. And it entering into the meetings, right? People giving me hugs. It's fucking weird.
It was weird.
Like, what are you doing? What do you want from me? Right? Because like all my
Checking your
relationships
pockets.
were very transactional relationships.
Checking your pockets.
And then help you look for it. Yeah.
So when you first got into treatment, what was the experience like?
I sat in the back, closed off, didn't talk, angry, bitter, didn't want to be there.
Thought it was just a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, I did. Cold.
I mean, that's how everyone is, right?
Yeah.
Like when we enter, the 12 steps and recovery, it's like, man, I don't have faith. I don't have hope that this is gonna work. It might work for you, but like for me, I'm a different breed. I'm a different, you know what I mean? Like
cut from a different cloth.
Yeah.
How the fuck are these 12 steps gonna change my life, dude? And like, I always would challenge that, dude,
Yeah.
and
Of course.
never work the 12 steps. But it doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know?
But the funny thing about it is that, like we say around here, if we keep doing what we're doing, we're gonna keep getting what we got.
100%.
So
And
why not
got
try
that
something
and
new?
way worse.
Yeah.
Way more. It just kept getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And I didn't think it could get deeper, but it did.
So it sounds like you're saying that the disease gets progressive.
Yeah.
So
I had
what
a
was
needle in my arm at the age of 19. My brother shot me up.
Oof.
You know? And that feeling alone with the needle, for me, man, that was the lowest, I think. And then butchering myself up when he went to prison, I can't forget that. Can't forget that feeling, dude. Butchered myself up. Trying to chase that fucking feeling in the beginning. And I never got it, dude.
Hmm.
You know? Never.
well, that's what they say. We keep chasing that first high. It's never gonna be there.
Nah, dude. And the things that I did to the people who loved me most, fucked up, man.
Rob them of their sanity,
Mm.
peace of mind.
Everything, dude. I mean, I stole my dad's tools, my mom's jewelry, checkbooks. I wrote thousands of dollars in checks on my parents. And never once did they call the police on me.
Unconditional love. Unconditional love.
Yeah.
Damn. So when was
but their version of love was kind of skewed. My mom's a little bit because of the religion piece, right? And so, at the age of 13, before drugs ever entered my life, I started to put on masks and not being okay with me anymore because who I am is not acceptable, and me being into gay and women is unacceptable. I am. It is very bad, right? And so I got sent to conversion camp
oof,
at 14.
oof. That must have
And if you know anything about that,
been a hellhole.
it was. It was.
So I assume that after you came out of that camp, like you had severe trauma.
I dated a dude because I couldn't have a life.
Hmm.
I dated a dude for 2 years before drugs ever entered me, bro. You know, I dated a dude from my sophomore year and my senior year, miserable because I was told who I was is wrong. And so at a year early age, I'm learning how to be a chameleon.
Yeah.
You know.
I know you had a question, but it's just because of that right there. We have to touch on this now because obviously we talk about underneath it all. A lot of our addiction is from trauma based. So obviously you acting like you weren't gay in the beginning, putting up a front, dating a male just to put up that front.
Yeah.
At what point did you start saying fuck it?
When I went to college. When I turned 18, I wrote my mom a 7-page letter.
Were you getting high already?
No.
Not yet.
Nope. I didn't touch drugs until I went to college. And I
Late
got peer
bloomer.
pressure into it because I wanted people to like me, dude. Come on, freshman. Come on, full ride D1 basketball.
Oof.
Right? Full ride.
Really?
Freshman. And I was like, fuck no, dude. My body is a temple. You know? And the desire to be loved and wanted was so powerful that I did that fucking line. And little did I know that line cost me everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
The shit we do to get one more, you know what I mean? Like we give up everything that is going good for us in the name of one more, you know?
And dude, like the insanity piece of it, right? Like over the last, I don't know, I'm almost 35, 17 years. The insanity piece of it, dude, is that like every single time I truly believed that I could just do weed. I could just smoke weed, right? I don't even like to drink, but I could just smoke weed, man. You know? And the delusion through all of that and the track record and the track record of my history proved every single time there was a needle waiting for me at the end of every blunt, dude.
At the end of the road.
Always, you know?
Yeah.
Cali sober, right?
Alley.
Fucking never, dude, never. If I could just smoke weed, dude, I would not have needed treatment.
Well, that's what they say. The weed is a gateway drug.
And I didn't even believe that too.
I don't either. And then I really thought about it. I was like, I didn't just start on meth.
Yeah.
Started with weed. Because if we never got to weed and you would have not met people that do drugs, then that would have led to another thing. I mean,
oddly enough, weed was not the first thing I did.
Really?
Cocaine.
You're drinking?
Nope. Cocaine is the first drug I ever did at college. Peer pressure. Come on, snort this long, freshman. And I did not want to, dude. My heart was racing. I remember it, dude. Like, fuck no, dude. But again, the desire to be liked, right? To fit in.
A facade.
Because I didn't fit in. I didn't like me. I wasn't okay with me, right? Because of everything that had happened in my high school years, right? And so if I'm not okay with me, then maybe if I do things that everybody else wants me to do, then they'll be okay with me.
So it was an escape.
Escape, dude. Of course.
So what about looking back at it now, in recovery, right? Like a productive member of society now. How are you escaping from that?
I don't escape from it. I don't escape from it. And my fear my entire life was walking through uncomfortable and painful heartbreaks and situations, right? And I don't escape from it today because I have an army behind me that carries me through when life be lifing. You know? Because just because I get clean doesn't mean life shit doesn't happen. In fact, life has been lifing.
Life has been lifing.
No.
So now, looking back at it right now, what would you have told yourself in your active addiction to change?
I will never think my way into right action. I have to train and I have to just do it. And just do it. It's an action program, right?
Yeah.
Every single time I thought about something, because my head is so loud in the beginning, my disease is so active in the beginning, when I take the drugs away, I'm even more fucked up here for me. Because now I'm feeling all these. The best thing about recovery is we get our feelings back. And the worst thing about recovery is we get our feelings back. You know? And for me, that was true. I didn't know how to feel. Dude. I didn't know how to feel. And if I did feel, I didn't know how to express it in a healthy way.
40 treatments, 13 in one summer. In the beginning, obviously, like a lot of us, we did not get it. At what point for you did you have the moment of clarity? Did you say, you know what, I need to get this or I'm going to die?
Dude, to be real with you, the last time I didn't want to be sober sitting in treatment. I love the feelings that drug produce on me. I hate who I am and what I do to the people around me. And that, I think, living back, death never scared me. It does now. It does now because I want to live today. But death never scared me. Living in that hell scares me again.
I'm going to break down, and correct me if I'm wrong. You just said doing the things I did to people, you hate it.
I hated that, dude. My parents, man, my family,
right?
My nieces.
But you weren't afraid of getting loaded.
I didn't care about me. And I don't like, I disagree with people that say you can't love other people if you don't love yourself. To some degree, I disagree with that.
Tell me about it.
I came to treatment so many times, right? Even this last time, not for myself. I had no worth. I had no self-love. I had filled with self-hatred, right? And because of my love for my nieces, my nephew, and my family, my family, man, that love was enough to carry me through until I started to love myself and the people that I surrounded myself with in the beginning, right? They built me up, you know?
I remember this old timer once told me from my old area. She used to always say, I used to love her because she was like rugged and raw. Like she would tell it like I tell it, like with a lot of fucks, and And she said, if people tell you need to come to recovery for yourself, tell them fuck you.
Yeah.
Because I didn't come to recovery for myself. I came to recovery for my kids.
That's right.
And I used to be like, man, what the fuck is she talking about? But and then after she broke it down to me, and she said, no, because I knew if I didn't get to treatment or got to recovery, I would have never got my kids back. She said, I came to recovery at 6 months clean. They told me, here, you did enough. Here are your kids. This is the only woman that I know that said, I'm not ready. I know this is going to sound horrible, but I don't want them back yet. And she said it's not that she didn't want them back because of she didn't want them back. She knew if she got them back right then and there, she probably would have not kept it. She probably would have ended up going back out.
Right.
She said, I need to build more of a foundation before I get my kids back.
That's what I say, man. I don't care what brings you here, dude. You could be here for your relationship, a marriage, kids, court, but stick around long enough. You know what I mean?
Give yourself a chance.
Stick around long enough. Give yourself a chance, dude. The miracles are happening all around us.
But that's the issue right now with this new generation. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks because like they come to this recovery process, and like it's like the 12 steps are free.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to spend a single dime on it.
Yeah.
But yet you have so much restriction and so much pushback to what's.
But I will walk 16 miles
Mm-hmm.
17 feet of snow barefooted
Yeah.
to go get that done.
Oh, yeah.
That phone to save my life.
Well, definitely.
Get it up, man. The fuck?
It's like an anchor.
Like an anchor.
Yeah.
And it's like that's how little I felt about myself, man. Like the way that I feel about me is going to affect every relationship that I have.
It's a ripple effect.
Relationship, good or bad. And it had to start there. And there's two sides of the coin to selfishness, right? It's like the selfishness where I'm harming people. I'm taking from people. And there's this selfishness where like I'm taking care of me so that I'm not a piece of shit, so that everybody around me gets the benefit, dude. I'm a badass coworker. I'm a fucking good friend, dude. I'm a fucking awesome daughter today. I'm a dope sister today, man. And like, yeah, I'm selfish in that way today. And I love and forever process, right? Because like I had to unlearn, and I'm still unlearning a lot of like trauma. I didn't detox just off drugs, dude. I detoxed off resentments, fear, anger, trauma, like so much shit, dude. Drugs weren't my problem. They were not.
Tell everybody what was your problem.
Me.
There you go.
My motherfucking thinking. My mind. Me.
It's crazy that everybody comes into treatment, recovery, and they think that their problem is drugs.
Just put the drugs down, I'll be all right.
Yeah. That is far from the truth. When we put a little bit of pen and paper, when we give ourselves a chance, we realize that drugs was just a symptom of our problems.
A coping skill, an unhealthy one, but it was a coping skill until it stopped working. It was a solution in the beginning, dude. But somewhere along the line, I crossed over to become a pickle. I'm no longer a cucumber. Yeah? Like I'm a forever pickle now. Dude, I can't go back.
Pickle.
Pickle, dude.
I like that. So in the beginning of the podcast, you said something that I started laughing at, right? I'm gonna steal your shit and help you look for it.
Would do it.
Right? Like how many times have we done that, right? Like like my mom, like my brother, like the dope man.
Yeah, let you not out.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I want you to speak on what productive member of society means to you.
Yeah, dude, dude, I didn't even know what that meant prior to this sobriety, this clean time, right? I had no clue what that meant. Productive member of society. What the fuck is that, right? But dude, it looks a lot different today. It looks a lot different today than even 2 years ago, right? For me, the biggest piece is integrity. Like my word's what I got, dude. And when I say I'm gonna do something, I try with everything in me to make sure I hold that in what my word means something today.
Yeah.
You know? I show up even when I don't want to, man. Like I, I'm not consumed in self 24/7. I show up. I suit up and I show up even when I don't want to because I was taught that. And I stuck around people in the beginning to teach me that. Show up no matter fucking what, because your brain's gonna deceive you, dude. Your brain is gonna fucking lie to you.
You know what an old timer once told me, and I used to steal this a lot, and I haven't heard it in a long time. Suit up and show up instead of shoot up and throw up.
Dead ass.
I like that.
Yeah. I was like, damn, yeah. And I used to always end everything with that.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that in a long time. Dude, but not since you said suit up and show up, I was like, ah.
I call these people. People call me, dude.
I bet you are.
I'm like trying to put it in my mind to save. I'm trying to put on save.
I'd be like, man, I'm coming. Nobody could count on me, dude. No one.
It's funny you say that because I think I shared that when we first did the first episode. When I don't remember I did, but when I first got clean, and I started going back to my family's house, and I was going through photo albums, and I was going through them, and then I called my mom over. I did share it actually. I called my mom over and I said, "Hey, mom, I'm starting to notice a theme here." And she was like, "What's that, mijo?" And I was like, "I'm not in any of these fucking pictures."
Oh yeah.
And she was like, she goes, "Did you forget? Because you're out there getting high." That shit hit like a ton of bricks. Like, she wasn't saying it to be mean, but that's just a relationship me and my mom have that we will, she'll call me on my shit like that, but it's crazy how when we're in our disease, we don't realize that.
Yeah. Like, dude, I was so delusional.
Oh, yeah.
That, like, I thought nobody knew. Looking like 85 pounds.
Yeah.
I think that's how we all are.
Oh, yeah.
In active addiction. Like,
oh, yeah.
Like I had a DUI class that I had to take. Yeah. And it's like a room with a bunch of people with someone standing there and like talking to us, and I would go there strung out or high on heroin, man. Yeah. And people would just look at me and I'd be like, nah, they don't know. And until to a point where I got pulled, to the side and was like, "Hey, I need you to drugs."
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would be like, "Whoa.
Fuck.
Why?
Yeah, why? You're accusing?
How dare you? Exactly. How's it the audacity? And it's because we don't. That's how delusional. Like, it takes a while for the fog to clear out of our brains. Like, I thought I was looking so good in however I was looking. Thought I was the shit when I would literally have to go to a 24 hours. Laundromat, go take a bird bath in there, wash my socks, and put them on when they ain't even fully dry, and still walk around thinking I was like looking good.
Yeah, walking skeleton, dude.
Yeah. Like, that is crazy. Yeah. I mean, and to touch on just like, for now, he touched on it, the generation now.
Yeah.
If you had any piece of advice for the generation of today, what would that generation be? What would the advice be for the generation?
That's a tough one, man, because this generation coming up is very into a false reality,
Mm.
right? They live in this world that ain't real. Social media, for instance, right? It's a fantasy. And what I would say, are you truly happy? Are you free? You know, I don't know, man. I honestly, I would say work the 12 steps. Then if you still wanted to get loaded, fine.
But see, like working, yeah, that is like, I think in reality, yeah, that's a good one. But I think it's a simple program for complicated people, right? So we got to give them something simple in the beginning, right? Like, how about stay the fuck off your phone? Like how many people?
Right? Yeah, and I could see that though. You know, I could see that. However,
It's a tough one. I know, dude. Because like when I go to meetings, man, and you know, like I personally have 4 kids, you know, and like my sponsor.
Well, yeah, see, that's different.
But like my sponsor this last Monday was like, "Hey, dude, like people
those last Monday, those last
Monday, you know what I mean? Like people people look at you, you know what I mean? Like they know who you are, who your sponsorship is, and like they look at you, and you do not want to be that individual that's on your phone. I still hear the message, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, no, I get that, but see that. I think I guess we're complicating it. I'm not saying when we're out in meetings.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
I went to a treatment. All my treatments.
I didn't have access.
Exactly. And go and take. I mean, I didn't complete any of my fucking.
I don't know.
I didn't complete any of my treatments.
It's only prolonging the inevitable, right? It's only prolonging that. To what degree are they willing to do something different?
I like that. Yeah.
Right. And you know, here's the roadmap, dude. When the pain gets great enough, we may or may not do something different. You know, some people don't make it back.
No, that's
that is the reality as well, right? But the program hasn't changed since 1942, 38, 39, whatever, 100 fucking years or whatever, and it hasn't changed. You know what I mean? And so this new generation, man, they're gonna have to figure it out. You know, there's gonna be new drugs, there's gonna be new social medias, there's gonna be new technology, there's new robots, right? But the program doesn't change.
No.
Yeah.
It's the simplicity of it. What's the beautiful thing about it?
It's.
I mean, how many times? I mean, okay. Again, now to bring up 40 treatments. How many times did you try to reinvent the wheel?
Yeah. Oh man. If there was a way to prove that this program didn't work, I was going to prove it. You know what I mean? And I was on a mission to do so. Right. And dude, when I really, really, truly wanted to be clean in 2018, it was when I had no options anymore. You know, I had no insurance, got off parents' insurance, shitting and throwing up on my friend's couch. Right. And that was the one time I remember that I wanted to get clean.
So I think the trouble with a lot of people now that come to treatment is, and I think in general, and it doesn't have to be this generation, it's in general, all generations was, because I can only speak for myself when I say it, is I didn't believe it, like we talked about, that this shit worked.
Yeah.
You know, I think for me, a lot of part was getting plugged in and getting uncomfortable and getting to the root of the problem, which in the beginning, I didn't want to get into the root of the problem. I was not the problem.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You guys were the problem.
Yeah.
If the cops would stop fucking pulling me over, I wouldn't be going to jail.
Right. Yeah.
Why are you pulling me over? Because I'm Hispanic? And I'm bald. You know, I mean, golly.
For me, right? It's like I always wanted to be a part of something.
Yes.
Right. In basketball games.
Yes.
When I lost basketball, I lost my whole identity. And
I love this. I didn't even know you like basketball.
yeah. And
Yeah, she's a hooper.
and yeah, you know, and I think for me the feeling of belonging, right? That's what I craved, and I didn't even know I was craving that. You know, like all these years, right? The feeling of belonging. But dude, I didn't. Again, going back to self, man. I could. It goes back to me, dude. You know, like how am I going to belong to something if I'm not okay with every piece of me? And learning to give myself forgiveness and compassion, right? Because those were two things I was very unfamiliar with. My dad is a very get up, brush it off, figure it out, right? And so any kind of compassion, no, I'm the worst on myself. I'm the hardest on myself. It's me versus me, dude. And when I can learn that I'm not a bad person and show myself compassion, I started projecting it to others as well.
That's what you said, because today in the morning, I was talking to some people, and that's what I said. We have to remember we're not bad people.
Yeah.
We're not pieces of shit. We're not.
I used to think.
I'm not saying anything. I'm saying no, we're not. We're definitely not. You know.
We're not. You know, and I used to think. I used to think that like
we just change up. You know.
Yeah. I am the special one, and y'all just don't fucking know. You have no idea what I'm going through. You know, and that's because it kept me separated, and it kept me at a distance from everything I wanted, from everything I desired.
So then when did the walls start coming down?
When I started to feel safe.
When did you feel? Yes, when did you feel safe? I'm gonna hit you with some follow up after follow up.
30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 6 months.
I tell you what, when I started feeling safe, I had 7 months. And this is my first spiritual experience. I had 7 months. It was about 10 o'clock at night. And every time prior to this instance, when I have been like, I'm going to get dope, I went. And there was no thought, nothing. I got high every single time it came to my mind. Right. But this time, it was at dark at night. And I sat there for an hour in darkness. Right. And I'm calling the sponsor. Never done that. I've never done that, and she's like, yeah, drop to your knees. No way. Not doing that. Fuck no. Especially because the religion stuff got not dropping to my knees, homie. And dude, something came over me, and I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't this burning bush flame, like, something came over me. I dropped my knees and I started crying, dude. I started crying, And dude, I went to bed sober and clean that night. And wow, that moment, I'm like, okay, God's got me. I woke up, didn't feel the same way. I didn't have the desire to go use that day.
The feeling passed.
Feeling it, dude, and I've never got through that. In that moment, right? Like I'm like, okay, now I'm building up. Now I'm building up some confidence in myself. Like I can work through this shit. Like, I can get through this shit. And I don't have to fucking pick up, dude. And slowly but surely I started building up the endurance and the confidence to walk through shit. Right? Not alone. Right? And I had to find my own God. And that was challenging in itself.
Of course.
So I would say, yeah. When I started to believe that this thing works, when I started getting proof.
And I'm going to hit you again with the simplicity. When you started doing what is suggested, and you stopped listening to K-fuck radio.
Because in early recovery, dude, my very best thinking is going to land me at best in treatment. You know, chances are, you know,
If you're
probably
lucky.
jail.
If you're lucky.
If I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Right. You know,
But see, and I think the honest thing were I think a lot of early addicts in their addiction, when they start going to treatment, they think it's like this magic potion that they think is just, oh, once I get there, I'm just gonna not want to use no more, and it's just
desires
gonna be lifted. I mean, that's what for me is like that's again living in a delusional fantasy.
Yeah.
You know, the fact of the matter is life on life term happens.
Dude, I couldn't trust my own thinking. Like, how the fuck am I gonna drive this boat?
Well,
like what? You know what I'm saying? This boat's gonna crash every fucking time, dude. I have the inability to be honest with myself and have the inability to take accountability in the beginning, dude. I didn't even know what it looked like.
You didn't even know how to fucking say it or spell that motherfucking word. Okay, what's account of who? My account? Accountability? Yeah, there's
no
nobody
about any of it, dude. You know, and accountability, what is that? Yeah, I did it. But then what?
What action?
Yeah. You know? It's like, dude, like all I would hear coming around is just do it. It's an action program. It's an action program, right? Because there's a lot of motherfuckers that need this shit. And there's a lot of motherfuckers that want it. But nobody does it, dude. And the people that do it get the fucking rewards and the benefits. And looking back on hindsight, man, if you are watching this, do the work. Do the fucking work, because there's a whole other life out there waiting for us, man. And like the only thing that I wanted this last time was freedom from the bondage of self, dude. That fucking peace, man. I didn't want to put a bullet to my head anymore, dude. And I got that and so much more. And so much more, dude. My family wants me around today. Let's go. They ain't got to lock up their shit.
You know what? Like, I'm glad you said that. Is because like I typically when I'm at home or you know when I was living with my mom, she would hide her purse from me. You know what I mean? Like she would
lock it up,
hide it, and you know what? I'm a resilient motherfucker. I would find that shit, and now like she comes over to our house, and like she leaves her purse around, right?
Yeah.
Like, and last night or the night before, she goes, hey Sina, can you get me something out of my purse? And I looked at her. I was like, "Are you sure?
You set me up?
You setting me up? You know, like that's how it is,
but
right?
Like those things matter, man.
Like that feeling right there is crazy because that's the truth. We go from being. I can admit it. I can say for myself. You know, I was a piece of shit.
Same.
You know, I was when I was out there getting over. I was.
Me too.
But I'm not that no more. I mean, I went from exact that. My mom got tired of trying to find a new hiding spot for her wallet. She would leave her purse in her room, but put her wallet somewhere here. And I always found that shit. Yeah. I mean, I always share about it. Like, I used to, like, do, like, the army crawl into her room and, like, try to find that shit like this and do the army crawl back out of her room. And I will get it, you know? But it's the feeling of now, just like how you say your mom, like, one of the golden girls is you know, just had surgery. So, you know, it's crazy how the house that I'm in now is the house that I robbed them for the peace of mind, their serenity, their valuables, their cash, their rims, their speakers, everything. I did everything.
Goddamn.
When my aunt went to surgery, she said, "Do me a favor, mijo." And she gave me her wallet with all her cards. She said, "Put this in your safe." I went from that addict that took everything from that addict, and now my mom's valuables, her jewelry, my aunt's jewelry, her wallets, her credit cards, everything is in my safe that I only have the pass. Like,
dude,
like that is recovery, treatment, the 12 steps, sponsorships, all in a hole right there.
Yeah. And you know, years and years ago when I was coming around, like the things that I wanted were materialistic. Right?
In the beginning, we all want that,
I
yeah.
would pick my sponsor based on that, right? And I got the material things, and it still was miserable. I got that dopamine rush for a good week. Got the new car, the new girl, the house, the good job, new shoes, right? And then it all went away, man. Just like that. Dude. And so this time I didn't seek that. It was gonna come. My God's got me, dude.
Man.
It's gonna come, dude. This time I seek fucking peace and self-love and self-acceptance and stop causing so much fucking harm.
Well, that's why they say this is an inside program. Is that a duck I hear?
No, that's the alarm to call her, the sponsor.
That's my alarm to call my sponsor.
A duck. Oh man.
I wonder if she's calling her sponsor a duck.
No.
But hey, I'm glad like you said that. Yeah, I'm glad that you said that is because, when January 7th, for instance, right? Like when my house burnt down, right? I called, I was with my sponsor when we pulled up to my house while my house was the last house on the block burning down, right? So like I say that because in my head, that self-centeredness in my head was like everything that I created in this house is all gone. I remember, man, like I called my wife.
I love this part.
I called my wife and I said, babe, like it's gone. It's gone. Like everything that we created, it's gone. And she said, everything that we created is in this hotel room.
Yes.
And like looking at it now, like that self-centered dude, materialistic stuff, like it's like I can lose that tomorrow and I should be okay because I will regain that back if I'm still in my fucking recovery.
Yeah.
Right? Like I say this, I'm one hit, one slip, one hit away from going back out.
Yeah.
Everything that I created can fit in that bottle, can fit in that pipe, can fit in that needle, and one hit, one swig, I'm back to square.
It did. It happened. I had 2 years of sobriety, doc.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like our disease wants us to be self-centered. Our disease wants to have for us to have self-pity. Our disease wants us to have
isolated.
You know what I mean? Like isolation is my like for me after that situation, isolation was my best friend. Best friend. I stopped going to meetings. I stopped calling my sponsor. I stopped doing the things that
I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it the next. You know what I mean? Like, and now like I'm grateful for the men and women that I've met in this process, right? That held me accountable. You know what I mean? Like that suited up and showed up for me, right? So like I hear what you're saying. Like I truly do. And looking at it now from in my perspective, man, I'm a sick fuck.
Yeah.
I'm a self-centered individual
to my core
that doesn't give a fuck about anyone else except for fucking Sina. And I'm glad that and you know what? You know what's crazy? My wife is in recovery. You know what I mean? Like she has more time than me, and I'm grateful for that because like my parenting skills might not be to her standard and her parenting skills might not be to my standard. And we get to lay down in our bed and what I call pillow talk and be like, hey babe, like I didn't like how you did that. And it's either I can be like, well, fuck that. I don't care what or I can be like, I appreciate you telling me. I will try and I will do better tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
100%.
I mean, that's life on life's terms.
And yeah, and it's a trip, right? Like the things, dude, I got in a bad motorcycle wreck May 4th of 2024 and I had just gotten to, and I was not spiritually fit, dog. Perfect storm, I had isolated myself. I had stopped calling my sponsor. I had just got out of a 6.5, 7-year relationship. I woke up in the hospital. Boom, dude. And you know what I did when I got out? Because I activated an allergy, dude. I activated that bitch and I was not spiritually fit. I was fucking isolated away from all my people, dude. And I got loaded. I got fucking loaded, dude. Yeah. And I was working in a place, right? And I haven't really admitted that a lot because of the shame around it, you know? And it's like, there's no shame in that, dude.
No.
There's no shame in that.
The only shame is in not admitting it.
The only shame is for us to come to your funeral. You see what I'm saying? Like people relapse on a daily basis. Pick yourself back up and do what you know best, which is going to meetings, working the 12 steps,
Getting back connected.
You know what I mean? So it's like you talked about having an accident. I had my accident September 10th, 2017, right? And head-on collision with another bike. My wrist detached, my kneecap split. I got airlifted to the hospital because I was in the same canyon as you were, and I was afraid. I said, "Do not touch me. Do not give me any medication until my sponsor gets here." You know what I mean? Like I was so afraid to wake up that monster, the disease, right? Like I was so afraid, and I got through 12 surgeries. They broke my wrist, put it back together, broke my wrist, put it back together. And I remember when I got home, the doctor prescribed me a medication. And you know what's crazy, and it's funny because my mom, I was at that time I was living with my mom, and she was afraid. Like she was afraid that her son is going to be lost to the disease of addiction one more fucking time. So that medication that was prescribed to me, my mom emptied it out and put Excedrin, in it. And the addict that I am, I was like, this is not working. So I went and looked it up, and it said Excedrin, and I called my mom, and I was like, Mom, like what's going on? And she was like, oh, a pharmacy did it. And I called the pharmacy, and the pharmacy was like, nah, your mom just doesn't want to give you that prescription.
See, my mom would tell me she would wait up at night, dude.
Yeah.
My mom and dad, man. And my dad don't cry, And I've seen that man cry twice.
Yeah.
And the last time, man, shit, I don't know. Like sitting here, man, thinking about all this crazy shit, Sina, I'm really grateful for everything that's fucking happened to me, good and bad.
Yeah.
Motorcycle wreck, the relapse. There's some shit that I was missing, dude, and there's some in understanding that I cannot get disconnected.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
I gotta stay in the middle of this shit. And if that means getting back to the basics every fucking couple, that's what I gotta do, man. Back on step one.
I'll say like an old timer told me, if you stay in the basics, you never gotta get back to the basics.
But sometimes, man, sometimes if you do, get back into it, man. Like I'm human, and I used to beat myself up based on not being perfect in sobriety, right? Like, if you fuck up and do this, you're a piece of shit, dude, And it's like, hold on. Like, we're okay, dude. Like, if the only thing that I do perfectly is not use, it's a good fucking day, dog. And I have a choice and a fucking opportunity to get back into the basic, into the steps.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple. And that's
I'm
what
cold
we know how to
as fuck right now.
You cold motherfucker, that's why.
What's one message for someone listening who feels hopeless right now?
That feels hopeless. If nothing changes, nothing changes.
Say that again.
If nothing changes, nothing changes. And I used to be like, this doesn't work for me, but I was unwilling to do anything about it, right? I wanted all these things, but wasn't willing to do anything different, right? And so if nothing changes, nothing fucking changes, dude.
Yeah. The name of the podcast is called No Matter What. This say it means a lot, holds a lot in my life. what does no matter what mean to you today?
No matter what happens in my life today, I know that I do not have to use drugs over it. Right? No matter what happens, dude, I had reservations about my pops dying, dude. Like it's like so many things. I was like, this happens, I'm getting loaded. But nah, dude, like no matter what happens today, I do not have to get loaded. And I have a fucking army that carries me through some shit today.
That's right.
And no matter what, I don't have a good excuse today to use. The worst thing possible could happen, and it is still not a good enough excuse for me to go get loaded. No matter fucking what.
Yeah.
Clock it.
Clock. Man, it's an honor and privilege to have you on this podcast. Your story means the world to me. I appreciate you coming out and yeah, man, thank you.
I
Thank you very
appreciate you
much.
guys, and thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Absolutely. If you or your loved one are struggling, there are links in the description. Please feel free to reach out. If you do not want to call individuals and reach out, you're more than welcome to comment on this video and we will get back to you. Peace and love.